Hi, this is LauraJthe.Treetalker. I decided to focus my What's Going to Happen This Week question on climate change. The COP30 climate conference was held in Brazil this last week. Our president did not attend, but the California governor did. The president is claiming that climate change is all a hoax, and there's a golden oldie for you. It will be interesting to see how the U.S. eventually swings on the issue because ignoring the exploding market for green energy is obviously going to be a losing strategy for us. China is going great guns, producing all kinds of solar and wind components to sell to developing countries, establishing manufacturing and trade dominance while we promote conspiracy theories. So I wanted to ask the Tree Oracle cards how the world's green energy movement is doing and where it might be headed in the reasonably near future. The first 5 cards I drew were left to right at the top. Bases past, beach reversed, making noise, making a distraction by bringing up issues that affect or interest people on an immediate basis, as dealing with environmental issues requires long-term vision. In the immediate past, muru, carefree, untroubled about the future. In the current energy position, ground cell reversed, useless. In the immediate future position, live oak, congregation, gathering as a crowd or for worship. Outcome for the week, kohi reversed, that which works against the welfare, health, security, and safety. The oil industry, who are controlling certain world leaders, have lost their sense of humanity or of common decency and have let greed take over their minds, their lives, and their souls. They are only doing what they do to acquire power and more money. Their wealth has driven them crazy. The top 5 cards here tell me that we arrived at this place because the majority of us figured we had too much going on in our daily lives to worry about what might happen 20 or 30 years from now. We've forgotten how hard it was to secure the rights to which we are now accustomed. That's beach reversed. So because we're ignorant of current workings of the planet, we have remained untroubled about the future. That's muru. Because of this, the basic world attitude is that the environment has no real value other than what can be extracted from it, or at least it's no threat to continued progress and acquisition of wealth. That's representing ground cell reversed. But you can see in the Live Oak card that the folks at the climate convention do have their eye on the ball and continue to press the case for doing something before it's too late. Also, there were representatives from the Indigenous peoples there. They are less affluent and are more affected by rising seas and temperatures. The outcome of this conference seems to have some major significance. Those who care will keep pushing forward in the coming weeks and years because the Indigenous peoples relate to planet Earth as our mother and believe that living here is a sacred privilege. They are changing minds. However, their energy is up against the energy of kohi reversed, the thing working against the welfare, health, security, and safety of everything and everybody else, which is on display in those crazy, rich, over-the-top idiots who just keep trying to get more and more all the time. The first 3 clarifying cards represent the old guard: rhododendron, authority, the power to control, a right to have. Shea nut, I agree, or seeing eye to eye, consent, approve of, settle. And sausage tree, tradition, custom, habit, historical practice. The power brokers, who are mostly looking to deal with things in their traditional way, of them and authority making deals that benefit them and increase their wealth, while simultaneously they are agreeing to use their power to keep the new green energy movement stifled. The last 3 cards represent an energy that I see when I asked about the USA's relation to all this. Since the current folks are not participating in this worldwide movement, the energy I see represented here is happening under the radar. The cards are Pahutu, hidden truths or obscured facts; mahogany, creativity, imagination, innovation; Osage orange, unity, working together, harmony, and consensus. These three cards indicate to me that there are a number of people, scientists, environmentalists, and some rich people who still have souls, who are in the process of imagining and creating new technology and practical designs for the time when the rest of the world is ready to receive them. One thing I've always observed about our kind of government versus an authoritarian one is that democracies and republics allow people's minds to be free to create and to innovate and to make stuff that actually works. This group of people are well funded and work well together, although they may be working on different aspects of the solution to climate change. They are in agreement that they will help us all survive and adapt to a changing planet. That is happening now as we are learning when we engage with each other as citizens. This is LauraJthe.Treetalker. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.